Good to see everybody today. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all you guys that have come out today to support our program and obviously give us a little media attention that I think we deserve. Obviously, Coach Foley has done a heck of a job here with our women's team, and our men's team has done a good job too also. Last year, obviously the first year was a heck of an experience for me, being my first year as a head coach in college basketball. And I think things have learned to slow down a little bit for me now. I'm really excited about my team that I have now. We got a lot of new guys, but with that brings a different energy. And just for me, I just see something that's a little different about this group. We're long, we're athletic, we don't have as much experience as you would like, but I can sit there and remember, 2 years ago, not having a lot of experience either, and we did a pretty good job with that bunch. And so the challenge becomes with this team is putting the right people out there on the court, that fit well together, our chemistry, guys building a bond, trusting each other, and that's something that we've been focusing on all off season. Our whole talk to this point has been about 100% effort and positive body language, and so that's what we hope this team exemplifies this year. But really excited about where this team can go here in the next couple of months. Our non-conference slate is really challenging this year, probably a little tougher than it was last year. I thought last season that conference schedule, non-conference schedule, was a little lacking in terms of competition. I thought it gave us a little bit of a false sense of hope of who we were. We got it in the conference slate, and then, obviously we had some injuries. But we no longer can make excuses. I mean, we got some deals we're going through right now, but it's a mentality that we have to have that the next man has to step up to the plate. Our depth is a lot better this year. Obviously, we got to gain some experience with this depth, but I really enjoy being around this group, really enjoy coaching them, and really excited about them.
Any question for Coach Flanigan? Andre. He would go in for those dunks, and the arena would light up. We saw it in high school, and
right.
We take those, see him as a consistent contributor.
Well, it's not a day that goes by when I'm out in the public and people ask about Andre Jones, and he's a heck of a talent. Obviously, last year I thought when I went back and really evaluate our team, I went back and I was really disappointed that I didn't give him a little bit more of an opportunity in the non-conference slate to get him ready for our conference slate. He's a guy that's got to learn to contain his emotions a little bit, but the talent is there. He's probably one of the more talented guys that's ever put on a Little Rock uniform. We look forward to his growth and development over the next 3 years. I think he's made a lot of strides here in the last 7 to 8 months or so, and excited about his future.
When we talked during the summer, you were really hot on Chris Bankston during the workouts.
Right.
Now, a few months later, what do you think of him now, and what's his potential in his freshman year?
Well, I think like all freshmen, at some point, at different times during the year, they hit a little bit of a wall. They lack a little bit of confidence. Early on, he was great. I think here in the last week or so, he took a step back, and then we got after him a little bit. We talked to him a little bit, and he's back going a little bit. But he's a talented guy, another guy that's long, brings some athleticism, has a little bit natural feel for playing basketball that you wouldn't expect. He really picks things up as a freshman. But I'm excited about where he can be in a couple of years. He's gained about 15 pounds in the offseason already. And kind of took some pride in that. Coach Barron is doing a heck of a job, not only with Chris, but with our whole team. Physically, I think we're where we want to be. Again, I think a health issue is there. It's been kind of a down point of my career to this point as a head coach. We fought, some adversity in terms of injuries and getting everybody healthy. That hadn't changed this offseason to this point. But I think once we get everybody together, get everybody on the same page, this team has a chance of being successful.
Coach, what did you learn about yourself after your first year as head coach, going into your second season now, just personally observing kind of the trials you went through with all the injuries? What did you learn about yourself as head coach?
I think I got to do a better job, man, and just, stand within myself, not getting too frustrated with my team. I got to do a better job of that. I also got to learn how to delegate a little bit more, trust my staff members, because I do have a great staff. And so I've concentrated on that a little bit more. You'll see us in practice. I give Coach Johnson and Coach Cole and Coach Bozeman a lot of leeway to do a lot of coaching in practice. And so as we move forward, just learning how I really want to play. And I thought last year there were times where I kind of went back and forth. And I've been a stickler for how I want to play this year. This team will look a lot more about the team that I want to put on the floor. I want to get up and I want to be a defensive, personality. That's who I am as a coach. That's who I was as a player. I want my team to exemplify that. That's something that we really concentrate on. We want to get up. We want to pressure. But we want to pressure and be smart about it also, not give up layups. And so this is what we're working toward. I think as the season gradually goes along, our guys are learning these things, and we'll be pretty good defensively.
How have the off seasons compared from this one prior, the tone, the approach?
Yeah.
One season to the next?
Well, it's been totally different. We got these boxes, and they're probably, 45 inches tall, and it reads accountability builds champions. And I thought as the season went along last year, because from my mindset, it was all about winning the next game, we let some things slip that was a part of the process of winning games. And so I've been able to obviously see those things a little bit easier this year as a head coach, sit back watching, again, let my assistant coaches do more and sit back and watching our guys. And that's been my whole mind frame. We adopted this moniker 100 Dub. That stipulates states like 100% effort. The B is for body language, the D is for discipline, the U is for unselfishness. And so these are things we want our team to be about, and if we can be about these things each day in practice, I think it gives us a chance to be successful. I came back to Little Rock because I thought that our men's program, just like our women's program, could have a chance to compete for a championship each and every year. That hadn't changed. That's our goal. And we can't sit here and make excuses just because we got, 9 or 10 or 11 guys, however many it is, new guys. That's not an excuse. These guys have been playing basketball for a long time. They were recruited here because we thought they had some talent. And now it's all about building that foundation for those guys to be successful. And that's what we're doing.
Seen you slip into coach's practice a couple of times.
Yeah.
Being able to kind of bounce ideas off of him and watch
Right.
what he does, how does that help you in your approach to coaching?
Well, as a head coach, offensively, our base is motion too. I want to be a motion coach. I want to allow my guys the opportunity to be themselves, within our offense. And, obviously Coach Foley is a guy that's ran motion, all his life, 40 years, coach. And, I'm a young buck, I'm 42. And so anytime I can get an opportunity to learn from a guy like him, I try to do that. Obviously, time restraints is something that hinders that. But Coach Foley's a guy I look up to, as well as a lot of guys here in the city and the state. And, I value that moment to go out there and watch his teams perform.
A lot of new additions. What's something like Rachel Tucker and how does he fit in?
Well, we got a lot of new additions, and I'm excited about a lot of them. They all bring something different to the table. We have some guys with some length. We have some guys with the ability to score. We have some guys that should be great defenders in this league. And so now, again, it becomes a challenge with our staff of putting the right guys on the floor together. Ray John Tucker is a guy that, obviously when you come to our practice, he stands out. But we have some other guys, along with him, that should be able to make an impact on our program. Excited about him. Obviously this year he won't be able to play, but excited about his ability to make us better every day in practice. That's what we've challenged him with. But I like a lot of our guys. Again, I like being around this group. I genuinely enjoy coaching them. And, when you can come, to practice and genuinely enjoy coaching the group and, those guys fit your personality the way these guys do, I think it sets us up for a situation where you can get the most out of it.
10 new guys out of 13. Is that what you told me last week? Is it 10 out of
10 new guys out of 13 scholarship guys. And so obviously Ryan Pippen moved to a walk-on position. We lost Shannon Goldman to transfer. But, Andre Jones is back. Oliver Black is back. You guys get a chance to speak to those guys today in the media. These are two guys that obviously we're looking forward to building upon our success with, two staples of our program. Both of those guys have matured. They got some room to grow. But I like these two guys, especially the way I want to play. And they are two guys that are really talented, for this level.
How do you know is Andre or Oliver really taking these new guys under their wing and trying to, get them situated with so many new guys and trying to build chemistry?
Well, the one I've been most proud of is Oliver Black. You know, we talk about Chris Bankston being a freshman, but you know, Oliver and Ben Marcus both have kind of, you know, taken them up under their wings. You know, showed him some things, been positive with him, been actually, you know, trying to coach him up a little bit. And, you know, just to see his development over the last 3 years, you know, he came to Mississippi State with me to Starkville, Mississippi out of high school, and obviously he came to Little Rock with me. And just to see his growth and development over the last 2-3 years is something that, you know, you get into coaching for. You know, I know where the kid comes from. You know, not one of those situations, man, that you would wish on any kid. But he's been able to, you know, make the most out of his situation. He's here. He's going to get a college degree. And at the end of the day, this is what it's about. You know, last year's team, you know, we graduated 8 out of 16 guys on our roster. You know, we got 5 guys out of 6 seniors that's playing professional basketball right now. You know, our win-loss record wasn't what we expected. You know, we didn't expect the injuries either. But I think here at Little Rock, we're doing the right things. You know, our graduation rates here are 92%. That's student athletes, period. That's not just men's basketball. We're graduating people. We're giving them a good experience. And we got a great coaching staff here. You know, and again, it's all sports. Got a great coaching staff. We got an administration that's working their rear ends off for us to give us what we need to be successful. And this is what it's about. You know, sometimes, you know, it's not really about the wins and losses for a guy like me as much as it is like developing the young men that's in that locker room. And that's what I'm trying to do every day. That's my #1 goal.
Any other question for Coach Flanigan? All right, appreciate it.
Thank you guys for coming
We're
out.
gonna move next door, we've got some tables set up.